A very good evening to you. Thanks for joining us on the Tuesday edition of the show. I'm here, me, Adeba. Well, on the show tonight, I will talk about all the things happening in your fast-paced, money-spinning world of sports. We'll be taking a look at the domestic scene. We'll talk about grassroots sports. We'll also take a look at the ladies, talking about of course, the Premier League in the Nigeria Professional Football League. We'll also take a look at the English Premier League. We've got into that period in the season where things are happening thick and fast. We'll look at all of that all for you. It's a two-man show. My colleague Austin Konakpan is suited and ready, and we're taking this trip together.
What a greetings to you, and of course, everyone joining us on the show tonight. Yes, as you said, it's indicative that it's still an action-packed world of sports. We're watching what's going on tonight, crucial games in the English Premier League. Arsenal will be busy. Can they consolidate their position at the top of the table? We'll wait to see. The away at Luton. Also, the Super Falcons, congratulations to Nigeria. They have qualified for the Africa Women's Cup of Nations, 2-1 victory right there in Cape Verde, showing everyone how to do it calm and easy. They won 2-1, 7 goals aggregate for the Super Falcons, winning that one convincingly. So congratulations to the Super Falcons and everyone supporting women's football in Nigeria. I love it when we put grassroots sports development into the conversation, because that's the foundation. That's where we should be if we want to build from bottom to top. And of course, the Nigeria Premier Football League, getting us talking every match day. And of course, today we'll talk about it. That's our own way of promoting league football in Nigeria. I'm sure we're going to have some fun talking about that tonight on the show.
All right, we'll have some fun. I don't know why I left out Victor Osimhen. We'll get talking about Victor Osimhen as well. Big things happening for the young man. All right, let's quickly introduce our guest in the Lagos studio. Kehinde Idris joins us now. Kehinde Idris, greetings to you. Thanks for finding out time to be with us on the show tonight.
It's always lovely, whenever I get extension of invite to be here, I always, cherish it. Tuesday nights, always come here to talk about sport. And then whenever I see the lineup, super, interesting. And today, it's just the same. The Super Falcons, trust me, some are saying, mix it up, home base, young girls, and then the top, foreign-based girls, and also Victor Osimhen, you just mentioned. I think that fantastic young man, for everything I've done last season, is still reaping it as it stands. So let him continue to enjoy the moment. The CAF Footballer of the Year is still up, and we're waiting to see what will happen in that one.
All right, interesting days ahead. But let's start with grassroots sports development. Let's talk to you tonight on the show about the 10th edition of the Honorable Kelechi Iwogu Unity Cup. It has kicked off in the mini stadium in Eberi Omuna community in Rivers State, in the Omuna local government area of Rivers State. The football competition is an initiative of Honorable Kelechi Iwogu, the member representing Omuma Federal Constituency at the House of Representatives. He also happens to be the sponsor of the competition, and the aim is to foster peace among people of the community. Let's allow you to enjoy a package report put together on this football competition. We talked to you about starting the show with grassroots sports development. We'll allow you to enjoy that. We'll come back to talk some more on Sports Tonight.
Thank you. A round of applause for O'Brien. Can we give a round of applause for O'Brien? Thank you.
It's the opening ceremony of the 10th Honorable Kelechi Iwogu Unity Cup. And this year, a total of 10 teams representing the 10 wards of Omuma will be participating. The sponsor of the tournament, Honorable Kelechi Iwogu, files out with a trophy that will be up for grabs and hands it to His Royal Majesty Onyekachi Amonwu, the traditional ruler of Omuma. Of activities to kickstart this year's edition is the exhibition match between Eche All-Stars and Omuma All-Stars, made up of retired footballers from both local government areas. lost the match by a lone goal. Honorable Morgu explains the initiative behind the community-based tournament.
I started in 2011 when I was in the State House of Assembly. My zeal is actually to take the youth out of the street and give them a youthful purpose, a good purpose. That's my dream, and that's why I started this competition. Because if you look at our national team today, you find out that most of the problem we have in our national team is that we fail to do what we are supposed to do. You know, catching them young, catching them when they are down in their local government. Instead of going abroad, all you hear is, oh, we have this player playing in Germany, we have this player playing in sister country, and you bring him into the national team. If you look at the likes of the Finidi George, the Kano Wankos, if you check their history, they all started from the grassroots. So, and if you watch the history of football now, we no longer have the governorship cup, we no longer have the local government, the chairmanship cup, and these are places you can actually catch the youth. So I decided to say, okay, let me start this since 2011. And 2011, I can assure you that people of my constituents have actually been fixed into the local league, which are actually doing well now. And if we have any way to also sponsor them to go further to the national level, we'll do this. So all I encourage the people of my local government, take this advantage. Everybody must not be a politician.
The people of Omuma are excited with the peace the tournament has brought to the community.
It shows unity among the political class and the traditional institution, and that's the secret of peace in Omuma land. The collaboration of the traditional institution and the political institution gives Omuma local government area the most peaceful local government area in River State. The records are there. This is the only election, this is the only local government they will do election, you will not hear gunshot. That's the synergy between the political class and also the traditional institution.
I feel happy. I have the joy. When I'm in the field playing, I have a very big joy using my experience, which I had in my youth years to play.
The 10th edition of the Honorable Kelechi Wogu Unity Cup is taking place in Omuma local government area of River State. However, promises that the next edition will involve the two local government areas of Eche and Omuma.
All right, that's what we're talking about, grassroots sports development, in this case football, River State to be precise, and is interesting. Kenny, let me hear your thoughts quickly. All day, every day, no matter where it's happening, I love stories like this.
Yes, we love stories like this. You know, you can go back to talks of sports, especially football and unity. Pele coming to Nigeria, you can remember the story. Iran, USA, you know, back in the days, you know, because of football,
France 98.
France 98. You hear these stories and all of that.
North Korea, South Korea presenting a unified
exactly.
team.
And when you talk, okay, you want to help the youth develop from this point to the other, represent the country and all of that. That is another huge angle that sport helps a nation. Unity. It helps to unify all of you. Trust me, when a football match starts, everybody forgets that Yemi is Yemi, Kende is Kende. We all become one. If we're supporting blue, we all become blue. We literally call ourselves Blue Alpha. That is what it is whenever football takes center stage. And look at, I saw that goal scorer, he said, I'm happy. All of his friends, his family, his local government area, everybody at that time are yearning
when the football is going on.
Right. And that's what, you know, sport football brings. And the young man Wogu is so smart with that. He's not just saying, I want to help youths now. He's talking about even something that can help everybody. Unity in the area. When you have that, anything can sprout, anything can grow, anything can happen, because a peaceful place gives birth to, you know, a lot of achievement. And I love that. That's fantastic.
Very fantastic. I'm very sure also is going to echo some of the things we've said already. When Kende was speaking, I remember when Spain won the World Cup, they had some regions that were agitating, want to break away and all that. But when Spain won the World Cup, everybody forgot about all of those things, and it was celebration galore, at least for that period where the euphoria of winning the World Cup was still. And this is what something like this brings to the table bring the community together. And also we've heard about how players have gone into the domestic league, how lives has changed, and the plans to make it bigger next time.
That's what it is. I mean, time and time again, I talk about the power of sports to transform lives. I talk about the power of sports that can be used as a tool for not just national peace and unity, but it can actually bring the world together. And time again, it has been proven. The great Madiba, Nelson Mandela, used rugby to unify South Africa. In India, Pakistan, they're using cricket to be together as a people. Listen to what Honorable Wogu said. Since 2011, he's been using that to keep that community together. And I love the beautiful stories coming out of Nigeria now that we're beginning to see need to get into the communities and use football, in fact, sports, to bring people together, to say, look, we can actually live in peace, in oneness, in unity, just, participating in some sort of sporting event. And I love it so much because at that level, it's not win at all costs. It's just, can we come together and just be one and use one tool called football, to make it happen. Makes me remember what we did 2 weeks ago when we celebrated the Football for Good, the International Day for Football for Good. This is football for good in action, and let it be a charge to not just politicians, but also persons who are looking forward to touching their communities, and they've not seen the right tool. They're looking for the right avenue. Look no more. If you think football is expensive, do it with table tennis. It's just a bat and a table tennis ball, and you could just get someone to put boards together. You could think about athletics, to jump, you just need sand and a board, and you're empowering a young child. Shout out to this young man and his initiative of bringing this community together and keeping them in peace and unity using football. It's laudable, it's heartwarming. This is what we want to see, and the traditional ruler said it, that they have enjoyed peace in the community because they have used football. We can do more. When I see these sort of things, I say, let's do more. Let's find ways to actually bring more persons into the conversation. They don't necessarily need to play football. Everyone is part of this victory. Look at those young guys that are used during this exchange of pleasantries. They are part of the 360 degrees branding that I'm always talking about. I'm sure the referees were part of it. The spectators that came out, it's win-win, and I want us to keep this sort of initiative going, Yemi.
Yeah, I want us to do that. All right, let's move on now. We have a lot to cram into the first segment of the show. Austin, you alluded to it, the Super Falcons. This is how to qualify. Just qualify and don't make us calculate. Don't stress us. Let's enjoy football, and that's what they've done. And
that's it. Yeah,
we don't even need to do so much of analysis because this is how to get the job done. But then again, some of us are worried. It does appear that in a way, the gap is closing. We bring teams home to Nigeria, we beat them, we go back. If it is on the strength of this game alone, you should be worried. But then again, we did the job in the first leg. I don't know if you share my sentiments as to the pattern. Bring teams home, steamroll them. Go to their homes, struggle a little. And that's the pattern I've seen.
Just got to know with the Super Falcons, with this one, you just struggle a little. It's just, let me just use you to train, Let's use you to just honor this invitation. That's more like it, And despite that sort of, approach to the game, they won 2-1. And I totally agree. I like the fact that you agreed to what I said at the start, that this is just how to qualify for major competitions, because you're as good as your last game, and they've shown it over 2 legs that, look, if we can score 7 without the names that we go over the moon for in the Super Falcons, let's not forget that, without some of the key members, they're able to score 7 goals over 2 legs, so fantastic display by the Super Falcons. I said it last week, let me say it again. NFF, I don't know what you guys are doing. If it's Coach Justin Magudu that would get this job, take off that interim capacity and let him go with this team. Let him start knowing the team. Let the girls start knowing that this is the man they will work with, because we've seen some level of stability. He has displayed good knowledge of the job. I think he's got some good technical expertise also. He's not new to the team. He has tutored under Coach Randy Waldrum. Let's put some good mentions out there as regards to Super Falcons. If there's no Randy Waldrum in the picture anymore, tell this man that he's got a job and let him focus on getting the job done. Congratulations to the Super Falcons. I don't think we need to do much analysis about this one. I said it with confidence to Cecilia last week that yes, I know some of the background conversations going on with the Super Falcons. It's not all gloomy. It's not all, it's not all good news, but they somehow find a way to get the results, and that's what we should be celebrating, while we hope that the NFF will get their acts right. The NFF will take care of administration, so that when they go to Morocco to compete proper, they will correct what happened in the last edition.
All right, we've been talking about a quick confirmation of the result. Austin has alluded to it, but let me just go across to the screen to show you. And Kehinde Idris will react. Kehinde Idris was nodding his head when I was making a comment about when we travel. And this was what happened today. Nigeria and Cape Verde, of course, the Super Falcons won that game 2-1. On the strength of that game, of course, we are through 7-1 on aggregate. Remember, the first leg was a blowout, it must be said. And so let me go to Kehinde Idris. Just a minute or two before we go on break. You have to put in context what Austin said. Without some of the names that some countries would die to have.
Of course.
Without some of our players that on any level can turn around the game. But then again, some people will tell you this is Cape Verde. And that emerging pattern, and we're going towards the WAFCON, the uncertainty and all that. How do you look at all of that in light of this result?
Late yesterday, confirmed South Africa, has qualified to defend the championship they won the last time. South Africa is becoming, if not our biggest opponent, one of the biggest opponents when it comes to jostling.
Are we rivals or they have an edge?
We are still rivals. They might look like they have an edge because of what they are doing presently, but the World Cup, I think, turned around everything. Yemi, Ethiopia, we had to draw and then came back here to get the job done. Now it's happening with Cape Verde. Whether we like it or not, we don't have the luxury of double legs when the WAFCON takes center stage. So that tells you this snatch and grab can happen with these small teams or these emerging teams at the Nations Cup. So are you ready to do the job on one leg strength? Not a case of do you have the home advantage?
You might not get a second chance.
You won't be at home. We're all playing in Morocco. It is just a leg. Pam, Saudi Arabia, Argentina. Whether you want to play the World Cup 10 times over again, that result stays forever. Saudi Arabia beat Argentina. It's a snatch and grab for these teams, and that is what we should be worried about. Yes, we missed some players, but even when they were there, we still had our issues with struggling with this team in recent time. Maybe by the time we get to the WAFCON, we'll be singing a different song. But we, as sport reporters, as journalists, we would always point out these little issues that gives us worry. That is our job, and hopefully somebody who is able to make those changes will do that, because the Super Falcons is a victim of the standards they've shown to us. So we would always demand so much from them. And we love them. Trust me, we love our Super Falcons. And that's why when they falter, it's a pain, because we always want to see them succeed, just the way they've shown to us that they would always do.
All right, they've given us a taste, and we're used to that level of success. And that's why it appears like we tend to demand more from the Super Falcons. And it's no surprise, most successful national team in Africa. All right, we'll go on a break right about now, just to tell our viewers that when we return from that break, our program Inside Niger Delta, you will be seeing it on the DSTV platform, but on all other platforms, you will be viewing Sports Tonight. Again, for all our viewers, you on the DSTV platform, of course, you will, after this break, you will be seeing the program inside Niger Delta, but on all other platforms. We'll continue with sports tonight. Let's go on a break, and when we return from that break, we'll talk about the Women's League. We'll talk about, of course, the Nigeria Premier League. I'm trying to get used to it. Nigeria Premier Football League, and we'll also talk about the English Premier League. Join us. Nasra Amazons will be up against Abia Angels. Royal Queens will take on Niger Ratels. Damawa Queens will take on Danas Ladies. All of these matches in Group A. In Group B, FC Robo Queens will be up against Remo Stars Ladies. Rivers Angels will be up against Sunshine Queens. Bayelsa Queens up against Delta Queens. If reputation is anything to go by, you should expect that this game will be a cracker. Edo Queens will be up against Ekiti Queens Football Club. All right, let me go to Austin. I don't know, you look at Group A and Group B, any of these matches jump at you as a game to watch out for?
Yeah, let's begin with Group A. I want to see if Danas Ladies will still stay unbeaten. I think they can, in fact, do the unthinkable by beating Adamawa Queens, because that game, for me, it's even, so it can go anywhere. And with what Danas Queens and Danas Ladies have shown, debutants in the league, and then they've held their own against big teams such as Rivers Angels, so I think they can, get us talking by doing the unthinkable against Adamawa Queens if they can pick an away win, but they're still unbeaten after 3 matches. As Kende said, it will be good to see what Heartland Queens will give us against Confluence Queens. Confluence Queens, that team that I always say in women's league football can just, jump up and give you that result where you least expect it. And with Nasarawa Amazons, topping the table in Group A, and going against Abia Queens, who are 4th on the log, for them it's just about consolidating on their position. And then Royal Queens and, of course, Niger Ratels also is one that will get us talking. But the real conversation is in Group B. And we said it right from when the draw, was done, that this Group B will forever get us talking. I just want to explain Bayelsa Queens going against Delta Queens. That's a cracker. That's 2 seasons ago a title decider. 3 seasons ago, maybe the Federation Cup final. That's how big it gets, and what we've seen of Bayelsa Queens this season, and then trying to get back into prominence, and Delta Queens saying, look, right after that important win over Rivers Angels to secure their first win of the season, and that they can really get us talking. I want to see, prove to us that you are the defending champions that can go on to even defend your title. So that's one we definitely get us talking. I'd love to see what Remo Stars Ladies can do against FC Robo Queens. That's a Southwest derby. And Remo Stars Ladies, just as Danas Ladies, they have shown that they can compete. They are a very competitive side, and they love playing in Lagos. So let's see what they can do when they take on FC Robo Queens. Rivers Angels and Sunshine Queens, not much I'm expecting from that one. Rivers Angels should do just enough to win it. But what do I know? This is women's football. It's getting competitive. It gets us talking every week. And so I'll just wait for the results to roll in, Yemi.
All right. I think I'll just follow Austin's footsteps and just let's see what the results will bring in. So, Kende Idris, I won't trouble you. I'll let you keep your thoughts to yourself. But let's switch gears now and flip it and talk about the guys. Let's talk about the guys now and take a look at fixtures, midweek fixtures as well for the guys. And let's just run through the fixtures quickly. Abia Warriors, that will be match day 12 midweek. Abia Warriors up against Sporting Lagos. Heartland up against Bendel Insurance. Kano Pillars up against Aqua United. Of course, if repetition is anything to go by, this game also should get us talking. Kwara United up against Doma United. Lobby Stars will be up against Gombe United. Also, Niger Tornadoes, of course, receiving a bit of a hammering fine for some breaches of the law of the game. They'll be up against Remo Stars. Plateau United will be up against the Flying Antelopes, talking about the Enugu Rangers. And of course, Sunshine Stars up against Sushin Stars, a proper Southwest derby. All right. So, match day 12, I guess us talking Austin is upon us. And of course, I'm already seeing some mouth-watering fixtures: Sunshine Stars, Shooting Stars, Canopilas, Aqua United. If I was sitting in front of the screen and you give me a choice, I'll pick those two. If I was in the stadium as well, I'll pick those two. But I don't know about you, Austin.
Yeah, it would be good to see what the Southwest Derby will produce. I want to see goals, and I think Sunshine Stars and Shooting Stars can, give us something to talk about. Midweek fixtures actually give us a lot to talk about. We see away wins. Can Aqua United get us talking? I don't know. It's like Aqua United, they don't want to play football this season, struggling every week. So what can they do against a very decent Canopilla side that went to Gombe to get a fantastic result over the weekend? Canopillas are on fire, they're on good form, so I don't see ways that Aqua United can make a statement in that match. Bendel Insurance, they are beaming with confidence, because that game against Lobby Stars, they needed to prove a point. And I love the banter that we saw on social media. It was Lobby Stars that started it. I was saying, look, these guys, you are no fit, you're no match, to contest us who are on top of the league. Go look at where you are. You cannot, contest. And then it was late minute goal that Bendel Insurance used to win that game by a single goal. And then they went back to say, Lobby Stars, what's going on? What happened in that game? So I love the bands. It gets us talking, it gets the fans excitement, and it's healthy rivalry. It's not the type where people are now fighting and now make it look like it's win at all costs. So I think I've won this sort of band. So let's see if Bendel Insurance can capitalize on that good win at Heartland, a team that has been struggling this season. It's match day 12, where teams can begin to see ways to pick themselves back up, and maybe Heartland might just want to use that game against Bendel Insurance to spark, their season back to reckoning. Plateau United and Enugu Rangers will be a good game of football. Yeah, Rangers still trying to, get us talking about them, keep their branding active, also see ways that they can stay relevant by getting those results. We'll see. Lobby Stars must find a way to bounce back to winning ways so that they can, get back to the top of the table, pending what happens to Remo Stars when they take on Niger Tornadoes. But first, Lobby Stars need to, overcome a potential banana skin fixture against Gombe United. That's a team that is broken at the moment because of the last result against Kano Pillars. So it's definitely get us talking. Kwara United, Doma United. That's a game that can also get us talking. That's a game where I'm expecting an away win. I'm not going to tell you the team. I'm just saying midweek fixtures gives us good things to talk about, and we'll also see away win. So I'll wait for the games to be played, and I'll come talk about it on Thursday.
All right. A good wrap up from Austin. Kennedy Idris, do you have other thoughts along those lines?
Just have selected 5 games, 6 thereabouts, Sporting Lagos, because Darling Lagos Club. But Kano Pillars Aqua United, definitely. I want to see when that season, turn around will start for Kano Pillars. And if there are games to do that, against Kano Pillars is one of those games. They get a point away at Saime Sugida. I think that should be their season starting. For Lobby Gombe, I want to see how Lobby respond after, being knocked down. I want to see if they can be able to hold their own. For Tornadoes against Remo Stars, after the last game, the 10th game, yes, match day 10, they said this is where we want to be. We're aiming to be at the number 1 spot, but we're at the number 2 spot. So we're working. And then on the match day 11th, they got to the number 1 spot. So Remo Stars have a projection from the Ijabor, which is the coach right there. Let's see where this projection takes them. Plateau United Rangers, good football match, any day, anytime. But particularly for me, with the way Rangers season went last time, we want to see how they respond. They're responding well. Right. Hopefully they get to do so well. Sunshine, 3SC, Shooting Stars is another massive game because it's a derby.
All right. Okay, so it's time to travel abroad now. But Austin is already there. So let's pass the baton to the man who's already there. Let's talk about the English Premier League. Maybe I'll just run through the fixtures first, and then Austin will give us his thoughts And of course, I'm very sure he's monitoring what's going on with the live matches, and he will also tell us that. But with regards to, of course, the matches going on, let's quickly look at fixtures for tomorrow. Brighton will take on Brentford. Crystal Palace will take on Bournemouth. Fulham will take on Nottingham Forest. Sheffield United, who, by the way, have a new manager. Chris Wilder is back, taking on Liverpool. A very rejuvenated Liverpool. Aston Villa, another team that has been doing so well recently, will be up against, of course, everyone's favorite, Manchester City. All right. And Manchester United, Eric Ten Hag has been saying there is no problem. It'll be up against Chelsea. Everton will take on Newcastle, and Tottenham will take on West Ham. These are the matches to be played tomorrow. But first, let's allow Austin get us talking with the updates from the two matches currently going on. Then, of course, take us through some of the comments made in some post-game, pre-game interviews by some of these managers.
Yeah, let's begin with the game between Wolves and Burnley. Half-time already, Emi, and his Wolves won. Wang Hee-chan with the goal for Wolverhampton Wanderers, and that was good enough to give them that 1-0 lead into the break. But Burnley did some good positional play, tried to make good use of the ball at some point, but Wolves did just enough to protect that lead and take it into the break. Let's come to that game between Luton Town and Arsenal. Arsenal looking to consolidate on their position, their top position. Record-breaking appearance for Bukayo Saka today. He's making his 200 appearance for the Gunners, and it's just 22, and the odds are favoring him to also get a goal in this game against Luton Town. But at the moment, it's still goalless. It's just 20 minutes played already. Gabriel Martinelli took a bad knock on his back. Some scare whether he's going to continue in that game, because right after that, he was pushed on the floor again. All Mikel Arteta is trying to avoid injuries, because if you keep this Arsenal team the way they are playing and you keep them going, and maybe some of the players that are injured come back again, local media is saying the Gunners are actually the team to beat, that they can run through any team. And yeah, the coach of Luton Town gave them all of the praise. They're saying the Gunners, they're a team that should be respected because of what they have done already this season. It's week 15 already. Can you believe it? When did the league start? They were playing the 15th match of the season. So for Luton Town, they need to find some reckoning, because they are 17th on the log. After 14 matches, they have been able to gather just 10 points. So I don't see how they will get something from this game. And just as I'm talking, the Gunners, they've taken the lead in that one. So it's Luton Town 0, Arsenal 1.
All right, interesting. Okay, I'm very sure a lot of people want to hear you. We saw the interview, and Eric Ten Hag wasn't looking pretty at all, and he's had to talk about, no problem, but there are reporters that have been banned from, getting into press conferences for United because they're reporting things that United said is not true. But what's the situation as of now?
This is what we talk about press freedom. Eric Ten Hag and the Manchester United media team, they are saying that, look, these guys put some bias out there, put some falsehood. When they reported that he has lost 75% of his dressing room, Eric Ten Hag says, this is not true. We are not inside that dressing room, but definitely if media reports is anything to go by, some people have their sources. And each time this man comes out to the media, you can see that he's struggling, to defend his team. He's struggling to say, we can still do it. He's struggling to say, my players are doing just fine. So I don't know the validity of that report, but if anything of Manchester United recent play, their results and the struggles we've seen from Eric Ten Hag, then we cannot but say, yes, there's some level of unrest in Manchester United's dressing room. That report says 75%, and that's what pissed off Manchester United media team, because when it's 75%, it's as good as telling the manager to leave, because he doesn't have any control of the dressing room again. That means he can't even talk to his players. He shouldn't even bother getting into that dressing room. So they said, look, those guys shouldn't, come for the Manchester United presser anymore. So I don't know. I don't like it. That's not the sort of story we want to be telling. That's not what we want to be doing to the media that wants to put out information for fans and stakeholders of football in the United Kingdom to know what's going on. So definitely Manchester United, they have a lot of work to do, because that's frustration right there. And the only way they are showing it now is to say, look, whoever is saying things that don't go our way, then we will not bring you close to us. Well, the media will still get to do their job. But let's talk about Manchester City. That's one team also. I think in the last 3 games, 3 draws. But Pep Guardiola is saying, look, I'm not bothered. In fact, he said they are going to win the league, despite all of the draws that they've been getting. I don't know how they're going to do it, but they need to start winning, particularly if Arsenal keeps this good form that we're getting. Don't forget that game between Luton and Arsenal. Now in its 22nd minute, Luton 0, Arsenal 1. Gabriel Martinelli with the goal. Just when I was saying some level of concerns for injury for Gabriel Martinelli, he did a very calm finish. Guess who provided the assist? Bukayo Saka, who is making his 200th appearance for the Gunners tonight. Let's listen to Pep Guardiola. He's saying, look, we're not getting the results, but no problems.
My feeling today, we're going to win the Premier League. Today, if you ask me, we're going to win the Premier League. If we play in the level so Liverpool and Tottenham, we are going to win it again. The people don't believe it already for 3 draws, but we're going to do it again, knowing that it's not easy, because no team have done it yet. So that's why the difficulty is there. So it was last season, it was this season, but if you ask me today what you're feeling, we're going to do it again. Of course I'm concerned, but I'm saying the average is lower than the last season. The chances conceded in every single game, except Chelsea game, like that was, they create more than usual. But the rest of the games, the same level at the previous seasons that we won a lot of titles. We behave incredible these years, especially this season, especially the first, how we behave in our not good results on a decision that sometimes is in favor, sometimes is against. So we behave even after the game. The comments from my players about accepting that we can do better, me first. So is what I want to see of my club, of my team. So after that, we'll accept all the decisions for the Premier League or whatever. When he leaves, the teams are better. The part in terms of results and the players and control of aspects in the high pressing and deep and especially set pieces, transitions. It's an exceptional. Have a lot of admiration of him.
So that's it. Pep Guardiola saying, look, I'm telling you, stop talking about the problems. We're going to win the league. Before I get Kende Idris' reaction to that quick update, at Kenilworth Road, it's a tale of Gabriels. I told you Arsenal got into the lead through Gabriel Martinelli. Now Gabriel Oshaw has just given Luton Town back a lifeline back into the game. It's 1-1 right there in that game between Luton Town and Arsenal. So I don't know if we've got time to listen to Eric Ten Hag saying that, look, we don't have problems, we're doing just fine. Let's listen to Eric Ten Hag, and Kende Idris will make his reactions from what Pep Guardiola talked about and what Eric Ten Hag is about to talk about.
Behind the scenes, are there issues?
No. Of course, man. There are always in every team players who are not of less playing, they are less happy, but not different as normal. And such extensive fields is you need that, and they have to they wait for the chance, and they can come. But no, there are no issues.
Do you believe that you have the buy-in required from the players to make this this club successful?
Oh yes, I'm sure. But you can see, for instance, the comeback against Brentford, the Burnley game, the Fulham game. So every time the team is there, showed great character, so great determination, resilient. So yeah, we are together. And you can see you can't play such great football, what we did lately, if there is no unity. But they should come to us first and not go around in our back, printing articles. That's not the right thing. I think we have another relationship, and then they can, if they should give that to us beforehand, we have a normal and a professional discussion and debate about it.
So that's it. Eric Ten Hag denying unrest in the Manchester United dressing room. Kende Idris, do you believe him? Is it just frustration that is speaking through Ten Hag?
You can see frustration. I think that is clear to be seen. This man is sitting on a hot seat right now, and it's understandable. The first person to be called when a team is not going the right way is the coach. If there is to be a sacking, if there is to be a portioning of blame, before you blame players, we go to the coach. So Eric Ten Hag, I think he's speaking from frustration. But saying there is no unrest, I think for me, that has more lies in it than even being true, because it's somehow obvious. Therefore, Man City, I think for Pep Guardiola, one thing that beats me in Pep Guardiola and the Man City team is the kind of confidence that they exude. This team shows to everybody that they are super confident. That's what he just said.
All right. That's just what he said. Unfortunately, we don't have time. We're out of time. And we just have to leave it at that. When the teams play their matches tomorrow, we'll be here to talk about it. All right. Our time is up. Austin, we have to go.
Yeah, there's no way I'll leave without saying congratulations to Nigeria's Victor Osimhen for winning the Italian Football Association Footballer of the Year award. We love these are the sort of stories we want to say about Super Eagles players. But Napoli, we've not forgotten. And if you guys don't issue an apology, Osimhen will leave Napoli and y'all regret it. That's the show. In London, I'm Austin Okonakwa, and in everything you do, remember, keep talking sports. Bye for now.
All right, that's the show today. But before I go, I want to thank Kende Idris for his time on the show. Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
And of course, the conversation never ends.
It never
Take
ends.
it out of the studio.
Of course. Congratulations to Victor.
All right. Thank you. We'll do this again some
of
other
course,
time.
Of course.
All right, that's the show today. We do hope you've enjoyed everything we've been able to do. We'll do this again tomorrow. I'm Yemi Adebayo.